So you're thinking about moving to San Diego and you kind of want the downtown life, but you don't want the downtown craziness. So where do you go and which one's the best spot? Today we're going to be talking about the top 6 suburbs with the best downtowns, and we're getting after it right now. What's up, amazing people? I am Liz LaFleur here with the Mortgage List team located out of San Diego, California. And if this is the first time to my channel and you're looking to learn everything you gotta know about what it's like to eat, live, sleep, and play here in San Diego and all the best home loans, then this is the channel for you. You definitely want to click that subscribe button, tap that little bell so you're reminded every single time we release a new video, because honestly, we do it every single week. Every single day, I'm getting phone calls with new family, friends, clients that find me and my team on Facebook and on YouTube. Best thing is that we get to help them find their best area, new home in San Diego. And if you're looking to move to San Diego, you definitely got to reach out to us. Give us a call, send us a text, or an email. We'd love to help you, and we definitely got your back when moving to San Diego. Now, let's get after the top 6 suburbs with some amazing best downtowns that you gotta know about before you get your offer accepted. So first off, San Diego. San Diego in general for the county has over 3 million people. So I mean, there's a lot of places to choose from. So today we're just gonna be talking about the top 6 on the best downtowns. And on the top of our list is going to be Escondido. Number 1 is that it's actually one of the most affordable cities out of San Diego. It does have over about 150,000 people in Escondido, but with ranging of home prices anywhere between like the middle 500s to literally $3 and $4 and $5 million, you do have a pretty big range. But when it comes to the downtown, just looking at Grand Avenue and all the small little shops that you can go to and then find even like your bird that you want to get your new pet, or find right close to the downtown area with the new historic homes that are on the other side of Grand Avenue. Things like that are what you got to expect here in Escondido. And especially on our downtown area of Grand, you're also going to find some really amazing food spots to be able to eat at, like Burger Bench. I mean, they got some really good hamburgers and some really good milkshakes. Also, you got Felipe's Pizza Grotto right next door with some amazing pizza that's got a whole bunch of cheese for our cheese lovers. So in Escondido, you're really going to find kind of a little bit for everybody. With in general, because it's such a large city, you could be in multiple different areas when it comes to like the suburb area, whether you're kind of closer to the 15 freeway over by Villa Rancho, or maybe you're kind of like up north on the 15, almost right before you get to Valley Center, right before you get to Fallbrook, and on the other flip side of San Marcos. In general, Escondido may give you a little bit of what you're looking for. Maybe it's one of the other suburbs that may end up being the place for you as well. So in Escondido, they're having a lot of new development. City of Escondido actually lands right in the middle of San Marcos, Valley Center, and on the other side of the community of which is Rancho Bernardo. So when it comes to the city overall, it's going to be a really large city, but the areas of what you're looking for, depending on how large of a home that you want, or depending on like the backside as to how much backyard you want, you're going to end up having a lot of different options. Of course, during the market that we're having right now in 2021, it is pretty much a seller's market. So you may end up being a little bit more difficult to finding that best home with that favorite backyard that you got to have, because there is not as many sellers out trying to sell their house in this market in comparison to the amount of buyers that we got in this market. And next on our list is going to be our next San Diego suburb with one of the best downtowns is going to be Oceanside. So just like you hear it, Oceanside, it is next to the ocean. And yeah, there's a lot of beach next to the ocean. So when it comes to Oceanside specifically, you are going to find actually something that you don't get in, let's say, Escondido, Valley Center, Fallbrook, and that's going to be the ocean. So you do have a lot of small pop shops that are closer to that ocean where you're going to be able to hang out and have fun within that downtown. And if you check out Oceanside, you definitely want to check out the street market. That's actually where they end up having like 4 city blocks of a whole bunch of different vendors, literally over 200 vendors come out, cover these 4 blocks so you can check out all of their different shops. They do actually that every single week. So you definitely, if you're trying to figure out which way or which spot you're going to go finally find your home in, that may be something you want to check out just in case. Oh, and I almost forgot to talk about where Oceanside is. Hey, Oceanside is on the 78 freeway. So it's kind of like the 78 and the 5. So it does cover a lot of area, and it does also connect to like Encinitas and Carlsbad, which are the 2 neighboring cities. And then it does also extend to like the 5 freeway as well. So I would say between like Escondido and Oceanside, you're going to be looking like 15, 20 minutes just to get from one city to the next. So when you're trying to figure out which home is for you, you kind of figure out also how far away from your work it is going to be in general. So let's say you're going to be working in Carmel Mountain, Oceanside may be a little bit too far, while Escondido may be a little bit closer, just because that's an additional 20, 30 minutes on your drive. That's already about 20 to 30 minutes. Next on our list is going to be Encinitas. Okay, so Encinitas, I typically take like the 78 over to the 5. That's how I typically take it to be able to get over there. You can also take San Marcos Boulevard, which will take you that direction as well. It may actually take you, depending on the time, will take you a little bit longer to get over there. But Encinitas is also another great downtown that you're going to end up finding another market that they do. This one actually does it on Wednesdays. So kind of like the farmers market that happens in Oceanside, same thing also happens in Encinitas, but this one happens on Wednesdays. So in Encinitas, you're going to find some of the top surf shops, coffee shops, and let's not forget about the beaches that come along in Encinitas. And did you know that Encinitas is also known as the flower capital of the world? Because of the amount of nurseries and gardens that it has in Encinitas. The San Diego Botanic Garden that's located actually in Encinitas has literally over 4,000 different plants. I mean, like, how many plants can you possibly have in your front and your backyard? And including 37 acres of exhibits that you can definitely check out at the Botanic Gardens there in Encinitas. Another event that they have in Encinitas is the Classic Car Show, which is actually on the 3rd Thursday of the month. Obviously, we haven't had things like that in a little while, but stuff like that is actually something that we like to go check out with me and my family, heading over to Encinitas. While it does take us a little bit longer to get to Encinitas, it's always fun to check out. Next on our list is going to be Carlsbad. So Carlsbad is kind of right in the middle of San Marcos, Encinitas, like right in the center. The difference though in Carlsbad is that you are going to end up finding that it is kind of one of the higher cost of livings that you're going to be finding in San Diego when it comes to Carlsbad, mainly because of like the beaches. So you got Carlsbad, you got Encinitas, they're both going to be pretty high cost of living. Overall, when you look at a home in San Marcos in comparison to Carlsbad, you're going to be looking at a couple $100,000 in difference, where some of my clients can find homes in San Marcos for about $600,000 to $700,000. When you go to Carlsbad, you're going to be starting at like the $800,000. It's not going to be common. You're going to be finding a home with like a backyard for $600,000. But odds are you'll probably find a condo for that amount. One of my favorite places in Carlsbad is actually the outlets that are actually located in Carlsbad Village. When you're off of the 5, you end up finding these spots that are definitely somewhere that you want to stop at. Remember though that when it comes to Carlsbad overall, it's going to definitely be a little bit different on the cost of living when it comes to San Marcos. You can actually take the 78 off the freeway, take yourself to Twin Oaks to be able to get over to Carlsbad. It is going to take you a little bit longer to get there. It does, however, take you directly to the Carlsbad Village right off the side, right next to one of my favorite spots, Costco. Next on our list is going to be San Marcos. So San Marcos kind of is up and coming. It's been a growing city overall. Right now, sitting at a population of a little over 90,000 people. They do have a really cool downtown scene that's still up and coming called the Creek District, where they have new dining and new markets that are coming in. They're actually being made there. Another awesome thing that you're going to find in San Marcos is all the colleges. So they have Cal State San Marcos, also with Palomar College. There's also Palomar College actually in Escondido. Difference is kind of like it's the side of Palomar College, so it's in just another center where you can obviously do your college. The difference though is that Palomar College in San Marcos is the main campus. And then after you go to Palomar College, maybe for a couple of years, you end up going to Cal State San Marcos, which is like literally down the road. And we can't stop about talking about the best downtowns in the suburbs without technically talking about downtown San Diego. So in downtown San Diego, obviously you're going to have like the Padres, and then when we do or did have football, that's actually where we ended up watching our games at the Qualcomm Stadium. That was a little bit before the downtown San Diego. When it comes to downtown though, you are going to have a little bit more of like the hectic, the city life. You are going to definitely have to have some issues with trying to find a parking spot as well. They do have a lot of parking structures when it comes to downtown San Diego. Cost of living in downtown San Diego is going to be a little bit more expensive. You're not going to find as many like per se houses when it comes to downtown San Diego. There's a lot more like high-rise condos in downtown San Diego. But when it comes to overall, when you're looking at the top 6, you want to make sure that at least, of course, you're considering that one as well. In general, depending on in which city that you're thinking about, where your new employment's going to be, maybe it's downtown San Diego, maybe it's San Marcos, maybe it's Escondido. It really just depends on how much traveling you want to do every single morning and in the afternoon, and whether you're taking the carpool lane. When you're ready to make that move, you definitely want to reach out to us. Give us a call, send us a text, or an email, whatever is easiest for you. You definitely want to click the subscribe button and tap that little bell, because we release videos every single week. You definitely want to watch out for all the new videos of what we're talking about, what it's like to eat, live, sleep, and play here in San Diego. And until next time, we'll see you later.